Well, we will definitely end this show on a perfect note because we've got a little game of the century coming up. But it's not in college football, obviously. It's in college basketball. Number 1, Auburn. Number 2, Alabama in the AP poll and in the coaches poll.
Pull the coaches poll up. I don't want to watch that AP poll. I want to see Alabama on top.
There you go.
All right, so look at, who would have thought all those SEC teams would be where they are? I mean, are you kidding me? Look at that. Alabama, Auburn, Florida, Tennessee. I got Duke. Hey, old Dukies. Anyway, you can see, interesting.
The basketball gods wanted Alabama Auburn to be the number 1, number 2 matchup.
You predicted it. No, Coach Vital is going to be there probably. I know they got game day there and that kind of stuff. And you said it's a 2:30 tip off.
3 p.m. on ESPN. But I'm gonna go ahead and look at the time.
And you need to. The audience needs to know what which channels are streaming it. Tubu and Tebow.
I'm
playing, Jack. I'm playing.
I know.
I don't want to listen to it.
I'll be on ESPN. ESPN, obviously.
Yeah.
They should put it on ABC as well. I mean, like you gotta have something better than the village idiot husband pulling Fruit Loops out of his belly button.
Yeah.
That's like.
Anyway, I don't. I know it's in Tuscaloosa. It'll be a doozy. First time ever.
Second time that we're number 1 in school history, I think.
But I mean, first time ever Alabama, Auburn 1 and 2
in college basketball
at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. I'll guarantee you those Dukies and those North Carolina.
They're mad.
They're like they're still in disbelief. Hey, let me tell you, my friend, I was telling you about my player earlier. Spencer Romine played football quarterback at Duke, and another one of my quarterbacks. We went up there to meet Spencer at the time as Ty Campbell, and we go there on the campus at Duke, and we go into the gym there. What's the name of the gym, Jack? Do you remember? It's beautiful. It's a small basketball gymnasium there that Duke plays in. And I told Ty, my friend, I said, and he's like 6'3", 6'4", he's a tall guy. And I told him we were in there by ourselves, and I said, hey, you're here, run up there, jump and grab that rim and at least touch it. If you want to hang on to it and do whatever, that kind of stuff, at least you'll have that memory the rest of your life that you grabbed that rim in that Coliseum there at Duke. And he did, and it was great.
Oh, yeah.
It's anyway, I should know the name of it. I remember going in there. It's beautiful. It's wood. It's just a beautiful place. Small, dude. But anyway, it's you got basketball. Now, if you looked you would see Duke at number 1. That'd be no problem. You're like, yeah, that makes sense. But then you look at Alabama and Auburn, and then behind them is Duke. And I guarantee you the purists, the basketball, gods or whatever, are like scratching their head. How on earth did this happen?
That's the funny part. And
how on earth did this happen? Alabama, Auburn, I thought that was football.
well, and as of right now, as this show is airing, Clemson is smacking North Carolina off the face of the earth. They are whipping their backsides off. Just getting out that. Yeah, they're smacking them by 20-something points.
Jack, look it up at Arena. I know the football is Wallace Wade Stadium. Look up. That's driving me crazy.
I think it's Coleman Coliseum.
No, that's Tuscaloosa. Duke, the basketball. Oh, that's driving me crazy.
Oh. Well, it's Cameron Indoor Stadium.
There you go. You said Coleman. Cameron.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Alabama for a moment.
No, dude, Cameron. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful, small, and beautiful, beautiful. I told Ty, I said, you go up there and jump up there. And I couldn't grab it. I touched the net.
Oh, yeah.
I said, you grab that rim and you'll have a memory for life. Every time you watch Duke and Cameron Indoor, you'll remember I grabbed that rim.
Oh, man. I just hope we don't let that game go to our heads when we're playing Texas Tuesday night. Because we got to focus on Texas first.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, I mean, they're a bubble team. They are not messing around. They want to make sure they get a big win before.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want to get things done. And Auburn got smacked by Florida Saturday. That was sloppy the way they played.
Yeah, I mean, Florida, it comes down to want to. I mean, and you always know, and basketball season is so dang long, and Jack, you and I've talked about it, but it is so long, and so the emotions. How many times can you jack yourself up and blah 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 and that kind of stuff? And there's only so many times a season you can do that, and so the way you're always going to lay an egg. I mean, there's no doubt you're going to lay some eggs. Look, nobody's undefeated. No. And you're going to lose games you shouldn't lose. It's the nature of the beast that they've created. So, yeah, I watched Florida. They were shooting ball from three. Was it Watson, player's name? Anyway, he was hot. He carried them through the first half, and then somebody else gets hot second half, and pulls it out. That kind of laying eggs. It's just long. Sports is emotion, and then some days you're going to be, and then some days you're like, you're just trying to find the drive, and so it is what it is, and so you're going to have to lay an egg, and Auburn big time. So who knows who's going to show up? I hope Alabama didn't lay an egg this weekend, Friday. Don't they play? Alabama Auburn, they play 14th or 15th?
15th. Yeah, Valentine's Day is on Friday. Day after is on the 15th.
Okay.
On Saturday.
Hopefully Alabama won't lay an egg. You got to have that energy. But, I mean, just night after night after night after night. I mean, it's hard. And some people can be a robot about it. And other people, there's a point where you're drained and you're just – that's the way it is.
Yeah, because, I mean, we got to make sure that we don't lay an egg against Texas. And we need to make sure Auburn doesn't lay an egg against Vandy. But luckily, I'm thinking that Florida loss may rejuvenate Auburn a little bit. But, I mean, if you're going to screw up, now's the time to do it in February instead of just screwing up in March Madness. Because, it was funny, though. We lost in the quarterfinals of the SEC tournament last year. And then we were just, boom, make it to our first ever Final Four in school history. So that was huge. Now we're number 2 in the nation in the AP poll, number 1 in the nation for the coaches poll. And the basketball gods wanted this. They wanted to see Alabama-Auburn as the number 1, number 2 match. Think about what this means for the state of Alabama. This is huge. We're something other than a football state. Mm-hmm. We're a football basketball state now.
Mm-hmm. Got 2 very good head coaches.
Exactly. Because, I mean, 10 years ago, this wasn't even 10, 20 years, more like 13 years ago, nobody was looking at Alabama, Auburn as basketball schools. Kind of like what people think of Kentucky and Vanderbilt usually in football. They thought of us in basketball. We don't do well in the regular season. We're that patty cake. We're that easy win. It's Kentucky that rules the roost. Now it's the SEC basically being what the Big East was in 2011, where it looks like they could have 10 to 12 teams in March Madness. Alabama and Auburn ruling the roost. Just think. Imagine, regardless of who wins on Saturday and who wins in the regular season finale, imagine if we see Alabama Auburn in the Final Four this year. Like, forget one of them, both of them in the Final Four. Maybe we can see them play each other. That would be an enormous possibility.
Yeah, crazy moment in time, obviously, but it is what it is. I mean, they've that tells you one thing: one, the commitment of the university, and then two, the talent of the head coaches. Both of them very, very good coaches. I mean, right now they are the elite of SEC and probably the country elite. I mean, Bruce Pearl's done it over and over, and then now Nate Oates has done it over and over. So
I'll say this though: we're gonna keep Nate Oates happy. He's not gonna leave Alabama for anybody. He's happy right where he's at. At least we're gonna make him happy.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. I'm on that ship. Yeah, I'm floating with that boat.
There we go.